Hi there, Mark here again. So as promised, this is the second part of the video series on the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And as I mentioned before, the first agreement was to be impeccable with your word, which I went through in the first video. And the second agreement is to not take things personally. So what does that mean? It is harder to do than to say, that's for sure, because as I mentioned in the first video, we are trained when we're younger to fit into society. So we're basically asking society to like us, and our actions are geared toward fitting in and not being ourselves. But as we get older, it's imperative that we find our heart and we follow our truth. So not taking things personally is important. What you've got to recognize is that most people, the majority of the world, are doing the best they can with the information they have about life. So they're doing things not to try and upset you most of the time. They're just doing what they do. Now here's the very important part. When I look at you, if you do something or say something that upsets me, because I'm living in what's called a subjective reality. The world for me, so my life is subjective. That means that I'm seeing it all and experiencing it all from inside of me. So if you do something that I don't like it because of the way I interpret it. Because I'm having the experience from the inside. So me not liking what you're doing is because I give a meaning to what you're doing that I don't like. So if I change the meaning to what you're doing, I can literally change my experience. So if I take things personally, what I'm actually saying is that I'm letting the world or the outer reality change me. I'm sitting in the back seat of my vehicle of consciousness, and I'm basically saying to the world, you need to act in a particular way so that I won't get upset. I like what Byron Katie says. She says there's three businesses in life. There's God's business. Those are the things that are out of our control, like earthquakes, the weather, that sort of stuff. There's your business and there's my business. And your business is none of my business. And similarly, my business is none of your business. So what I've got to do, the antidote to not taking things personally is meditation. It's daily meditation. It needs to be a non-negotiable action that you take every single day. There should never be a day, unless you're totally ill, where you're not meditating, especially, and I really mean this, especially in today's mad world. There is so much energy and so much mad mental energy on the planet at the moment. And so not many people are sitting back and going beyond their thinking and dropping into their heart and finding out actually who they are. Not what their program is, not what their mental conditioning is, but really stopping and finding out who they really are. And this is the way to stop taking things personally, because once you really find and understand and know who you are, it'll be much easier to not worry about what the world is doing at all. Because you'll realize that actually the world does what it does. People do what they do, whether I like it or not. So when I'm at peace, it's because I'm at peace inside of here, and I can easily change my representation of what I'm seeing. Rather than it being dramatic, I can come from a place of peace because I'm at peace inside. So not taking things personally is easier when I'm at peace, because it's much easier for me to change what I think things mean on the outside. In the first video I mentioned that I picked a tarot card that represented each one of the four agreements. And the tarot card that I picked for this particular agreement, not taking things personally, was the Emperor. Now the tarot cards are divided into what's called the major arcana and the minor arcana. The minor arcana are the four suits: cups, pentacles, wands and swords. And they represent everyday existence and the things we do in everyday existence. So the cups represent the emotional part of my life. The swords represent the mental part of my life. The wands represent the actions that I take in the material world, and the pentacles represent the material world. Now the major arcana, of which there's 22, 56 minor cards, 22 majors, they represent the archetypes or the deeper forces that are running through us. And they start at number 0, the Fool, to number 21, the World. And they are the soul's journey from birth to death, and also between the different chapters in our life. Now in each incarnation we have different personalities and we have stronger archetypes than others. So the major cards, when they show up, they're showing us the stronger energies that are working with us at this particular time. Now I've explained all that because the Emperor is a major card. The Empress would represent the divine feminine, the Emperor the divine masculine, or the strong masculine energy that can be utilized at any particular time. It's the father figure, the leader in life. Now, the negative side, if he's unbalanced, then he's far too controlling, inflexible, not at all colourful, not at all spontaneous, needs everything his or her own way. This energy, the masculine energy, when it's too far one side, is that way. But when the masculine or the Emperor is balanced, it's really a great leader, a leader that empowers other people to be also leaders, to help each other. Now, we don't have many leaders like this on the planet where the main emphasis is to assist other people and to empower other people to be great. Unfortunately, the leaders today are concerned more about themselves, I believe, and more about the buck, the bottom line. So it's not real leadership. From my point of view anyway, I'd love to see more leaders that will drop the walls that are separating each other, so that we get back to love, so that we get back to harmony, so that we help each other in all cases, regardless of skin colour, political ideals, religious backgrounds, irrelevant of that. When the real leaders come in, we'll be helping each other and appreciating each other's values and working in ways where we can harmonise and help each other, not blow each other up for the sake of... Anyway, that's a whole different video. The Emperor in relationship to not taking things personally, of course, real leaders need to become self-sufficient. They need to know themselves. So the link here is learning to understand self, and then you can lead. And you don't need to be a world leader to lead. You lead by example. So you're making the world around you a better place. So to do that, you need to understand and know yourself and find your own heart and find your own love, so that you're helping everywhere you go, just by being you. Okay, so enough for today. Wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching it, I hope you're having a fantastic day. And I look forward to talking to you next time for the third agreement. Thank you.